All right, well, Chesapeake Energy announcing a $4 billion pipeline sale, as well as shareholders rejecting 2 directors at their annual meeting today. But is this enough to boost the stock? It's down about 40% over the last year. Keith Schaefer, publisher of the Oil and Gas Investments Bulletin, says nope. And he joins us now. Keith, how come? No interest, huh?
Well, Tracy, I think there's a couple things to think about here. One is that the stock has had a lot of good news lately, in that we've had a good market week. We've had a good rally in natural gas over the last month. And, of course, Carl Icahn coming in. He's got a great track record at creating value for companies. So we've had 3 good pieces of news that I think are really going to be an island in a sea of bad news. And in particular, that's kind of industry-wide. Natural gas prices, I don't have a lot of hope for them. And when you add in a company that is going to have to sell a lot of assets in a declining price environment, I just don't see how that's going to create long-term value for shareholders, and so I'd be a seller. Okay,
so they just sold a $4 billion pipeline to patch a potentially $10 billion hole. A lot of it has to do with Aubrey McClendon, doesn't it? I mean, this notion that he exited the gas hedging contracts in late 2011 is probably enough to make shareholders want to scream right now.
Absolutely. You know, unfortunately, in what they've had to do now, cash flows have been really crimped because of that, and what we're seeing now is a continued downward pressure on prices, and so they've had to sell these assets, and the midstream assets that they just sold here for $4 billion, in my mind, was one of their best assets. So they're like the best call. The midstream assets are the best call on cheap gas, and that's gone now.
Right. If you're selling the best of breed, what do you have left? You know, I think also, too, there's corporate governance issues, right? I mean, shareholders probably don't even realize how intertwined the CEO's finances were with the company's actual finances, do they?
No, I don't think so. And I think what's happening now is that, in one sense, I guess you could argue they have, simply because the stock has come off so much. And now that if there's no more bad news on the corporate governance side, that might just be enough to give the stock a lift. But really, investors have to think about, is this the type of company where the management and the board are going to really represent your interests? Right now, that's a little shaky, and Carl Icahn is going to come in and change that, hopefully. But again, to do that, there's a lot of work to be done, and that work's got to get done in a declining price environment.
Yeah, so would you even short the stock at this point, or would you just stay away from it?
You know what? I wouldn't short the stock right now for a couple of reasons. One is I think this gas rally could have another month left in it. And B, every time you have some positive news like this, with what is happening with these sales, or with what Carl Icahn is going to do on the board, the stock is going to have a little pop. A little bit of good news is going to give this a 30, 50 cent pop, or maybe a little bit more. So you're going to see that now and again over the next few weeks, until the real glut of natural gas just starts to wash out all these stocks pretty badly. So I would just stay away from it.
Keith Schaefer, thanks for being honest about this. Keith Schaefer of Oil and Gas Investments Bulletin says stay away from this stock. Thank you, sir.
God bless you.
We like that.